Back in 1988, a few Tasmanians put their heads together and came up with an affordable one-make circuit racing series for HQ Holdens. This year, the 2024 HQ Holden Nationals are being held at Baskerville Raceway, a short 2-kilometre mini Bathurst on the outskirts of Hobart. The last Tasmanian HQ Nationals were held at Symmons Plains, so for many mainland HQ drivers, this will be their first time around the undulating Baskerville layout. What's it going to be like for first-time HQ races? Well, I get to tell you, thanks to 2022 national winner and 6-time state champion Phil Ashland. Phil's Yellow Peril HQ is a common sight at the front of the HQ field, and Phil, one of the most successful Tasmanian HQ racers in recent times. At round 3 of the Tasmanian Circuit Racing Championship, Phil kindly and generously threw me the keys to experience driving his national winning HQ on the tricky Baskerville layout, as he could only contest the Saturday races. Join me for a guided tour on the Friday practice day. The approach to the first corner is in top gear. Well set up cars that can maintain good corner speed will stay in top, however most of the time HQ racers opt for second gear, which also provides a bit more punch coming out of the corner. The corner itself is heavily cambered, but tapers off on the exit with the rear of the car becoming light, often resulting in sideways and spins. The S's are next, and depending on the run out of turn 1, it is possible to sneak up the inside of another car, provided the space is there. I like to hold the inside as long as possible to keep up the corner speed through the left-hand portion of the S's. The next corner is super critical, as any loss of momentum here can severely hamper your run up the hill. The curb on the outside of the turn entry is super slippery, so you don't want to brake too heavily on it. The inside curb is also quite steep and can throw the car wide or sideways. There's a short uphill straight to Skyline, so named because all you can see is the skyline. The turning point is blind, and thanks to the outside wall being moved back, drivers can attack this corner more so than before. There's a short straight that gets steeper the further you go into the braking zone. Again, this corner is critical to gain a decent run onto the main straight, and many cars try to carry too much speed here and end up off track. There's also a steep curb on the inside to unsettle cars and send them out wide. Because of this, I like to hold a late apex to miss that curb. The main straight leads to the final corner, another heavily cambered turn. On a normal track, the leading car will often defend to the inside. However, the banking on the outside of the corner means if you can get far enough alongside the car on the inside, it is possible to carry more speed on the outside and complete the overtake, or carry more speed and make the pass going into turn 1 on the inside. Given nearly all the corners at Baskerville are so heavily banked, it is possible for cars on the outside to stay there provided they're left room. Here's Andrew Toth and Andrew Bird showing great sportsmanship and racing to complete a lap side by side. Following my few laps of practice, I spoke to Phil before my race on Sunday morning. Phil, the HQ Nationals haven't been at Baskerville since 2008, as the last Tassie Nationals were at Simmons. How crucial do you think local track knowledge will be against the mainlanders?
Yeah, I think home track advantage is always a positive thing, and the more laps you do here, the better you are. Like there is a lot of passing opportunities, but saying that, you've got to be there, you've got to be in the right position, and you can't really do that every lap, So the horsepower isn't going to be as big an advantage as most tracks around Australia compared to here. There's a lot more corners here, not as many straights, so track knowledge is a really important thing, I think.
So on that last lap of the final, do you want to be in first place or second place coming down that back straight to the final corner?
Oh, I think I'll keep that up my sleeve, what I'd want to do. But like I said, there's always an opportunity to make a move. So, you've got to put yourself in the right position at the start, I guess. Again, it'll come down to track position, I reckon, from qualifying and your heats. And the more laps you do, the more you're going to know and the better you're going to be here.
And you've generously thrown me the keys for a race this weekend to find out what it's like to go around Baskerville in an HQ for the first time. I was about a 4 or a 5 on the nervous scale. What were you yesterday?
I tried not to watch too much, but the last time I sent someone out in my car was Brandon Madden, and it didn't make it back. Come back on the tow truck because he blew the motor. So I was a little bit nervous sending you out, but you did the right thing and you done well and you were very smooth. So I just hope you do the same thing tomorrow and look after it for me because I need it for the Nationals.
Thanks, Phil. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Because the grid extends uphill and around the corner, the car wants to roll downhill with the clutch in. I couldn't quite reach the pedals properly to heel and toe, so in a mad panic trying to bend my foot over, I missed the start and crawled off the line. Queenslander Jake Madden got stuck in gear and held up Sean Hughes behind him. Sean thankfully gave me the room to go up the inside. I could then carry all of my speed through turn 1 and close up to Wayne Nichols. I knew Phil's car was quick, so I focused on getting a smooth run off the bottom of the hill to try and get past Wayne. Then set my sights ahead to Anthony Viney and Andrew Bennett, the latter having his last weekend in his HQ. Could see Viney make the move on Bennett by holding the outside line round the final corner, which became the inside for turn 1. Once I got close to Bennett, I concentrated on carrying a bit more speed onto the straight to attempt to move into the final corner. Bennett went to the inside, so I thought I'd try the outside line as Viney had earlier. Bennett and myself gave each other enough room, and I was able to complete the outside pass. The 4 cars ahead of me had a bit too much pace, so I decided to put in some smooth laps and bring the car home in one piece. The HQ didn't falter over the 10-lap distance and felt just as strong at the end as it did at the start.
Pretty good?
That was awesome.
How's your arms?
Oh, I could feel my hands cramping. I was really struggling to hold the wheel. I was like, oh.
It goes alright, doesn't it?
Yeah. My driving style, I need to work on, because you could feel like I was understeering it too much.
Yeah. Oh, but it wouldn't be as nice now, because those tyres, they've done the Queensland Nationals, they've been on it for a while, and yeah, heck of a misty.
Yeah, It's so intense, and you're wrestling the whole way. It's not a smooth Sunday drive. I don't understand how these blokes do it. But I cannot thank the Ashland family and team enough for giving me the opportunity to experience an HQ race from the driver's seat. I'd also like to thank the HQ Racing Tas community who welcomed me to the grid, and the Hobart Sporting Car Club for helping sort out the required paperwork to get me on the grid. My family were also watching from the hill that day, making the experience one I will treasure for a long time. My team will be covering the HQ Nationals this year, and if you want to check out more Tasmanian HQ racing, check out my HQ Holden's playlist on YouTube. We'll see you at the Nationals in September.